Welcome Endurance Matters athletes! This video will go over your post-run strength and mobility routine. For short, we'll call this SAM. This one is SAM number 3, the third video in a series of 3 bodyweight-oriented strength and mobility routines you can progress through. Every athlete I coach performs some type of strength and mobility routine after every run. While running is the best way to improve at running, we also need to stay healthy, and strength training is a simple thing you can do for injury prevention. SAM number 3 will take you less than 10 minutes after your run and ultimately keep you on the run. This first exercise is the prone plank, but with an added challenge. To start, place your forearms on the ground and get a little calf stretch as you bridge your body into a plank. Remember, we count with breaths, not time, so take a full deep breath in through your nose and try to expand your back with that breath. As you exhale, push all the air out you can by contracting your abs. That's one breath. In SAM number 3, as you exhale, raise one of your legs. This will challenge your core a lot more. Focus on keeping those hips square to the ground as you raise one leg. Repeat this 6 to 20 times or 3 to 10 each side. Try to make 10 breaths your average reps for the prone plank. Take a break if needed, but your goal is to eventually be able to move from the prone plank through both side planks without letting those hips touch the ground. Challenge yourself over time. With this routine will become easy too. The side plank also gets a little twist. Literally, just rotate your body on the inhale. Reach underneath your body with your top arm, then come back up to the top on the exhale, engaging your obliques. Remember, we keep that top foot forward on side planks to maintain good hip position. You should feel a little bit of your inner thigh during the exercise. The breathing is the same. Remember to expand into your back as you twist down and squeeze those abs. Bring your belly button towards your spine on the exhale. Perform 5 to 20 full breaths on each side. Take a break in transition if you need to, but again, the goal is to be able to go all the way through your prone planks through both side planks without dropping those hips. Challenge yourself, but don't overdo it. And again, you want to try and average 10 breaths for these routines since it's something you're doing after every run. Shooting for 10 is good. Do the higher reps on the harder days. Do a little less reps when you're feeling beat up. Just get it done. Next up is a slightly more challenging dead bug exercise. Remember, your starting position for this exercise is super important. Find that tail tuck and contract your abs so your back is flat on the ground. With that flat back, you can lift your legs up with your knees to a 90-degree angle and float your arms at your sides. From there, extend one leg and the opposite arm. Be sure to keep that leg up at about 45 degrees. You can lower your leg so long as your back stays flat on the ground. Think of lowering your leg like adding weight to the bar. It's very important to keep that back flat and in a good hip position. Too low, too quick may result in lower back pain. So for alternating, which you see me doing here, is take one full breath with an opposite arm and leg extended, then switch for the next breath. Repeat for a total of 6 to 16 breaths. At the end of that, you're going to extend all your limbs and hold for 3 to 5 breaths. Again, make sure that back stays flat on the ground. Lastly, for the in-outs, inhale as you come to start position and exhale, extending everything. Keep that flat back and repeat for 3 to 5 breaths. So this is the added layer of difficulty for your dead bugs as we progress through SAM number 3. Next up is the side lying oblique with clams. This exercise combines some of the things you've already done. Start by setting your knees 90 degrees from your hips in front of you. Roll up onto your elbow and your knees so that your obliques must engage to stabilize your position. If this is challenging, stay there for 5 to 10 breaths. If you can hold this, begin to open the knees for a clam. Notice the connection between your pelvis and your core. Keep that belly button towards your spine as you do your clams, and do 5 to 15 reps on each side. Next, the side lying straight leg swing. Remember your cues for this side lying position. Keep your abs engaged by doing your tail tuck and finding that mouse hole shown by the green arrow, and pretend like you're balancing a glass of water on your hip, trying not to spill it, shown by the blue block. In a controlled manner, swing your leg back without arching your back, and forward without spilling that glass of water. Do this for a total of 5 to 15 reps. You should feel your glutes engage and your abs should be really turned on. It's hard to have a straight leg and maintain this position. For the next exercise, keep that leg out parallel to the ground, but this time you will rotate your leg so that your toe points up and then down. This is 1 rep. Make sure you continue to balance that glass of water, and that rotation should all be occurring at the hip socket. Don't forget to maintain that strong connection with your tail tuck and the mouse hole. Again, you're looking to get 5 to 15 reps depending on the day. The straight leg rainbow, our next movement, you will need to extend both legs. This will make it harder to balance the glass of water on your hip. With your top leg parallel, bring your toe forward to touch in front of your lower foot, and then up and over and back where your heel will touch behind your lower foot. This is 1 rep. Again, remember that core engagement and perform 5 to 15 reps. Now try and follow along as we go back through all 4 of these side lying exercises, but on the opposite side. Try to find all those good form cues and note the differences from previous SAM routines. Now that you're done with both sides of side lying exercises, we move back into something a little more familiar. I'm calling them bird dogs now because, again, we're extending that arm and leg, but we're adding an extra movement of abduction, or moving those limbs away from our midline. So same thing, deep breath in through the nose, expand the back as you bring your knee and elbow together underneath you. Exhale as you extend, and then rotate outwards away from your body, as you can see me do here. Now, the important thing here is when you extend, don't arch your back. And then the other thing is you want to maintain a good hip position, so that just means keeping your hips square to the floor. You'll get a good picture of that here in this other rotation of it. So again, deep breath in, exhale as you extend and move outward. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. On those exhales, squeeze those abs, really make that belly button reach towards your spine. And that is bird dogs with abduction. Fire hydrants haven't changed. They still require you to channel your inner canine. So from that tabletop position, bring your knee out sideways from your body. Be sure you're keeping those hips square to the ground and maintaining that tail tuck. Overall, these didn't change from SAM 1 to now. They're just a really good exercise to engage that core and get your hip through its range of motion. And finally, we have knee circles forward and back. So these have not changed either. Just like the other 2 tabletop exercises, keep your hips square to the ground. Remember that tail tuck. But pretend there's a small hurdle off to your side. For the forward knee circles, bring your leg down, out, and around that tiny hurdle. I like to do my backwards knee circles immediately after my forward. But again, if you need a break, just alternate between sides doing them. Overall, just getting through all that hip range of motion, keeping those hips square, engaging that core, and maintaining that tail tuck. Lastly, try to do these a little bit slower than I'm doing in the video. You just want to focus on finding all that range of motion. Don't forget to breathe while you do these. The slower you do them and the more controlled you do them, the better control you're going to have over your glutes and adductors and abductors later. And there you have it. That's SAM number 3. It takes about 10 minutes again, like all the other ones. So be sure you're doing this after every run in some manner, whether it's 5 to 15 reps, higher reps on hard days, lower reps on easy days, and when you feel beat up. But overall, if you have any questions, comments, or criticisms, let me know in the comments below. And thanks for tuning in Endurance Matters.